The day has come. You're nervous, you're scared, you done told all your friends they about to show up. You think you got some material. You've stolen from every famous comedian you could possibly steal to get you this 3 minutes of perfection for your very first time on stage. Good luck. Oh, the first time on stage. What a wonderful cherry breaker. I remember my first time on stage. My first time on stage was December 3rd, 2006 at the Whiskey Cafe in Lyndhurst, New Jersey. I was a goofball. I was waiting tables at the time, and everybody was telling me, "Hey man, you funny. You should try stand up." And I never thought to try stand up in my whole life. I wish I had. I would have did it when I was 18. I was living down in Virginia. My parents totally supported me, so I could have totally just went to DC and rocked some mics and just been doing my thing at a very young age. Of course, I waited till 2006 to even have this in my mindset. So of course I go, yeah, you're right. I could be a star. And I go over. I find out who's running the show, and get in contact with them, get set up for my first open mic. And I invite all my friends that I'm waiting tables with. They all are gonna come, of course. This is something they got to see. And I have a friend that I work with named Terrell, my boy, and he's an aspiring actor. So I was scared to death about my first time on stage. You know, I can BS in front of a lot of people, but something about that getting on that stage that first time is just like, ugh. So the first thing I do is I go over and I actually see go to an open mic and I see what it's like, and I go, oh, okay. And I realize I'm just like every other comic. The first time they decide to do this is you go to an open mic, you see a bunch of comics bombing or just talking, and you go, man, I'm better than them. I could do that. So then I decided it's the night that I'm supposed to do this. I mean, it's a few nights. It's a few nights before I'm about to do my first time on stage, and I'm like, freaking out about it. So I decided to go a different route. Since my boy Terrell wants to be a actor, I say, hey, what better way to increase your acting repertoire than to try some stand-up comedy? So I write up 5 minutes of jokes, and I just, and that he's going to deliver this 5 minutes. I create the 5 minutes, you deliver it. This way I can test to see if I have funny material, and then from there I'll go up the next time. I make the 5 minutes of material, thanks to Richard Pryor, Red Fox, etc., and I give it to my boy. He practices the material. The night comes. He's nervous. The boy is incredibly nervous. I'm like, what the hell are you nervous for, baby? I gave you the winners. Sitting on the sideline. What the hell are you nervous for? So he, of course, goes on stage and he does the material. And in my mind, I'm like, hey, you didn't say that right. I'm just critiquing the hell out of him. Ah, you killed it. You killed that joke. You were supposed to put a little more delay in it. But he does it. And it's okay. I didn't give him the greatest material that I thought it was. I thought they were the best dick and fuck jokes that anyone could ever produce. And that was that. So I got to do this material myself. I've written it. I need to say it the way it needs to be said. So I decided to get over myself, and I set up to go to the next open mic and do myself. So of course I go home, I practice, I get up and I write, go over the jokes, the ones I didn't like, make a few changes, thanks to some more of my favorite comedians, and I go, all right, now it's time. And I'm sitting there, and my the crowd comes out again because they want to see me, and I'm sitting there, I'm having my Rocky Balboa moment. I'm right there, just facing this comedy fear like it's Clubber Lang, and then everybody's like, what's your prediction for your set? And comedy's like, pain. And I'm serious. I'm sweating buckets, and I'm scared. I get up there and I do my first set, and my friends all laugh. They laughed like all your friends laugh when you get up on stage the first time, even though you actually sucked a fatty. I thought I was great. I thought I was incredible. I recorded it on my little camcorder at the time with the little tiny tapes. You know, this is all pre-cell phone. Cell phone didn't even come out till 2008, so we 2 years before cell phone and a camera and all that. So I'm sitting there, and I remember going to the restaurant to work the next day, and I'm still on this high because as soon as you get on stage and you get that few little giggles, you go, I'm leaving my life. I'm going to Hollywood. That's the first thing you think. So I get to work. I bring the little tape, and I bring the big VHS piece that you put in, because you put the little tape into the regular VHS piece, and then you push that into a VCR, which we happen to have at work. And I push it in there, and I show everybody what I got. And you know, they, hey, that was nice. Hey, that was, hey. And I had this one friend, I never forget, it's like one of my best female friends that I work with. And she was like, it's okay. And immediately, you know, I was like, bitch, you don't know shit about comedy. How the hell you gonna tell me it's okay? That shit was dope. And I realized, you know, of course, 13 years later, how right she was. It was garbage. But, you know, it was your first time doing it, so it was very passionate to you. I of course, kept going and learning more about how this comedy thing works and how to make it better, et cetera, et cetera. And that's pretty much my story of how I started stand-up comedy. It is not an easy thing to do. It is you know, public speaking is still like the number one fear of most people, you know, death being second. Still, isn't that crazy? So I overcame that fear of getting on stage and the love of it. And then it was just a matter of learning how to tell a joke, learning timing, understanding that every joke doesn't have to end in my penis going inside of a woman or shooting one on the face. That was pretty much my whole early set, was how dirty can I be? So I say all that to say, as your first time on stage, you're going to be nervous and you're going to really not know a lot about what you're doing, but it's about becoming comfortable in the element. It's about getting on stage. The first show, your friends are going to come out and they're going to laugh because they like you and they love you and they want to support you. That's what the first show is about. And then you go off on this weird high that you think, this was what I was born for. And you're horrible. You know, even if you, no matter how the crowd reacted, you're not ready for nothing. Even if you freak out, you have this crazy, weird first time great set where even the people that don't know you are just falling in their seats. You still have a long way to go before you are a comedian. Okay? But the first thing you had to do is get comfortable in your own skin. You got to learn who you are, get up on stage and find out what your comfort level is. I found that a lot of comedians, when they first get on stage, become whoever they admire. I was Richard Pryor and Bill Cosby every time I got on stage. It was almost easier to be them than to be myself. But eventually I had to come to a point that if this is going to be what I want to do, I've got to be me on stage. And when you are you on stage, when your material is based off of you and the mannerisms and your stylings are you, that's when you can do what you really want to do on that stage, okay? So your first time on stage, just write your 5 minutes and get up there and get comfortable with being in front of people and just absorbing what's actually happening around you. Then from there, you need to go home and start looking at your material and writing it a little better and recording your set and getting it better and better and better while getting comfortable on stage and learning who you are. The key is learning who you are. So many of us spend the first few years of our comedy life being whoever we admire. That's all fine and good, but you ain't never gonna be that as a career path. You can't be Bill Burr, okay? You might have a similar style to Bill Burr or whatever the case may be. You are not Bill Burr, so you need to go, all right, I like this guy's style. Let me see how I can equate that to mine. First time on stage is about comfort, comfort, comfort. Learn to be in front of a crowd, learn to react. A little freestyle never hurt anybody, and you will be fine, okay? Okay, enjoy yourself. Because it's going to suck for a long time. But enjoy that first time on stage. All right? Again, if you like this video, I want you to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay? Subscribe. And there's a little bell at the bottom. Click the little bell, and you'll know when I got more stuff coming up. All right? All right. I'm sweating bullets over here. I'm sitting in the car, windows up, so I can have like this airtight, soundproof booth. And the sun is just blazing. So I'm hoping I don't look too damn sweaty. But that's it. Congratulations on wanting to be a stand-up comedian. Enjoy the ride. It's gonna be a bumpy one, but it's gonna be fun. Okay, I still enjoy it. That's it. I gotta dry off and re-deodorize. Whew. Now I'm itching. It's that sweaty itch. All right, let me go. Have a wonderful day, old chaps.